Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Hour. I'm Sophia, and joining me today, as always, is Jacob. How's it going, Jacob?
Hey Sophia, I'm doing great. Excited for another episode. And I'm really looking forward to today's topic of learning new vocabulary without just memorizing word lists.
Yes, that's such a big struggle for learners. They often try to cram hundreds of words but forget them quickly. So, Jacob, what's your first piece of advice?
My first tip would be learn words in context. Don't just memorize apple ta a fruit. Instead, read a sentence like, I grabbed an apple on my way to work. That way, your brain remembers how the word is used naturally.
I love that. And it makes it feel more real, more connected to everyday life. What about using stories?
Stories are gold, even short ones. If you hear a story where the word journey is used several times, your brain catches the meaning better. Plus, it's more fun than looking at a flashcard 10 times.
Totally agree. And I've noticed some learners use apps or watch short videos. Do you think that helps?
Definitely, especially if you repeat what you hear. Let's say a character says, I was exhausted after work. You can pause and say the same sentence out loud. It's like acting, and acting helps memory.
That's such a fun way to practice. Repeating real phrases helps with pronunciation too, right?
Yep, and intonation, rhythm, confidence, all of it. Also, using new words in your own speaking or writing is powerful. You've got to use them to keep them.
That's a big one. If you learn the word challenge, try to say something like, learning English is a challenge, but I enjoy it. It makes the word yours.
Exactly, and it feels more personal, more connected to your life.
I'm curious, Jacob, did you ever struggle with vocabulary while learning a language?
Oh yes, especially at the beginning. I used to write words in a notebook. But the game changer was when I started watching shows with subtitles and reading comics in that language. I started picking things up naturally.
That's so helpful. So for our listeners, don't worry about being perfect. Focus on fun, repetition, and real, life context.
Well said. Don't treat vocabulary like a school subject. Treat it like a toolbox for expressing yourself.
That's such a good line. Vocabulary is a toolbox. Love it. Great, let's keep going. There's so much more to talk about when it comes to learning vocabulary the natural way.
Absolutely. Here's another powerful technique, word associations. If you link a new word to something you already know, it sticks better. For example, the word serene means calm and peaceful. So imagine a peaceful lake when you hear serene.
That's such a helpful trick. It's like painting a mental picture. And what about grouping words by theme?
Oh, yes, learning by theme is super effective. Let's say today you focus on weather. So you might learn words like stormy, humid, drizzle, forecast, and sunshine. They reinforce each other and create a stronger memory map in your brain.
Right, because your brain loves patterns. And speaking of patterns, there's also word families, right?
Yes, word families are groups of related words. For example, create, creator, creative, creativity. Once you know one, learning the rest becomes easier.
That reminds me of a fun challenge for listeners. Try picking one word you already know and look up its family members.
Great idea, and here's a fun practice activity. Use a random photo and describe it using as many words from a certain theme as you can. For example, if you choose a photo of a city street, try to use words like busy, crowded, noisy, rush hour, and vibrant.
Oh, I love that. That's a creative way to build vocabulary. And speaking of creativity, let's talk about storytelling. How can learners use stories to learn new words?
That's one of my favorite methods. You can make up short stories using your target vocabulary. Even if the story is silly, it helps. Like, the exhausted cat didn't chase the mouse because it was raining outside. See? You've got exhausted, chase, mouse, raining all in one sentence.
Haha, that's adorable and useful at the same time. And listeners, you don't need to write a novel. Just 2 or 3 sentences can really help.
Yes, exactly. And record yourself if you can. Listening back helps you catch pronunciation mistakes, and you'll feel your progress.
I love how these tips are not only helpful, they're fun too. Learning doesn't have to feel like homework.
Not at all. If it feels like a game or a habit you enjoy, you'll keep doing it, and that's the key. All right, let's dive even deeper into some practical vocabulary techniques. Here's one of my favorites, daily word journaling.
Oh, yes, that's where you write down a new word each day, right?
Exactly. But don't just write the word, use it in a sentence. Jot down its meaning in your own words. Maybe even draw a little doodle or emoji that helps you remember it.
That's so creative. I used to do that with sticky notes all over my room. Each note had a new word, and I'd see them every day. That really helped.
That's brilliant. Another thing learners can do is use vocabulary apps. There are so many now like Anki, Memrise, and Quizlet. You can even make your own flashcards with images and audio.
That's true. And it's even more fun if you turn it into a challenge with a friend. Like, who can learn 5 new words every day and use them in a conversation?
Totally. Speaking of conversation, using new words in real life talk is powerful, even if you're talking to yourself.
Haha, guilty. I do that when I'm cooking. I say things like, let's slice this carrot gently. Or, this pan is scorching hot. It's like narrating your life.
That's actually a fantastic method called self-talk. It helps build fluency and confidence. And even if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. You're still practicing.
And what about songs and lyrics? I know some people remember words from music way better than textbooks.
Oh yes, music is emotional and that makes words stick. Find songs with subtitles or lyric videos and try to sing along. Then pick out new words and look them up.
I learned the word bittersweet from a song, and now I use it all the time.
That's a perfect example. And once you know the meaning, it becomes part of your personal experience, not just a definition.
Exactly. Learning vocabulary is really about making it part of your world. Awesome, let's keep going. Since we talked about songs and journaling, let's move into one of my favorite things, vocabulary games. Jacob, have you ever played Word Chain?
Oh yes, that's the one where each person says a word that begins with the last letter of the previous word, right?
Exactly, like if I say apple, then you say,
Elephant?
nice. Then I could say, teacher. And you go on with a word that starts with R.
Rabbit. It's such a simple game, but super effective. It forces your brain to search your memory quickly.
And it works great when learning new words. You can play it alone, with friends, or even online.
You can also turn vocabulary learning into a guessing game. Like, one person describes a word without saying it, and the other guesses. For example, I say, it's something you wear on your wrist that tells time. What's that?
A watch.
Exactly, it makes learning feel like a game instead of homework.
There's also labeling objects at home. Stick little notes on your furniture, kitchen items, and clothes. Seeing the words every day helps you remember them.
Yep, I did that with my mirror. I put words like reflection, glass, frame, and face around it. Every morning, I'd review them while brushing my teeth.
That's a fun and practical way to learn. It's about building a connection with words in your environment.
You know what else helps? Talking about your day in English. Like at the end of the day, just say aloud what you did. I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I had breakfast. Keep it simple.
That's great for daily speaking practice. And for learners at all levels, starting small like that builds fluency over time.
Exactly. And if you add new words into your daily talk, they'll stick so much faster.
Speaking of sticking with things, do you want us to keep going, Opu? We've got more strategies, fun challenges, and even pronunciation tips lined up. Or would you like us to wrap up this episode now?
Let's dive deeper then. How about pronunciation practice? That's something many learners struggle with, but don't talk about enough.
True, pronunciation can be tricky, especially when your native language has different sounds. One fun trick is shadowing. Have you tried it?
Oh yes, shadowing is where you listen to a native speaker and try to speak at the exact same time, mimicking their tone and rhythm.
Exactly. You can use YouTube videos, podcasts, or even your favorite movie scenes. It improves not just pronunciation, but also intonation and speaking speed.
I love using movie dialogues. I pick a short scene, listen a few times, and then try to copy it exactly. Sometimes I even record myself and compare.
That's a great way to check your progress. Another method is using tongue twisters. They're fun and challenge your mouth muscles. Try this one. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Oof, that one's a classic. I still stumble on seashells.
Me too sometimes. But that's the fun part. The more you mess up, the more you improve.
And hey, don't forget about listening. Listening carefully to native content every day tunes your ears and helps you imitate accents more naturally.
100%. Even just 10 minutes a day of focused listening can make a big difference. News, music, podcasts, whatever you enjoy.
I used to listen to English podcasts on my walk to work. I didn't understand everything at first, but over time, I could catch more and more.
That's real progress. And remember, even native speakers make pronunciation mistakes. So don't let fear stop you from speaking.
Well said. Confidence is everything. Speak loudly, clearly, and proudly even if it's not perfect.
Absolutely. So, Opu, shall we keep the tips rolling, or would you like us to make the end of this episode here?
Let's keep it rolling then. Another pronunciation tip that really helped me was breaking words into syllables. Like instead of trying to say particularly, all at once, I'd break it down, particu, larli.
That's such a smart approach. Slowing things down helps your brain and mouth work together. You can gradually speed it up as you get more comfortable.
Yeah, and clapping out syllables while saying them also helped me. It sounds silly, but it trains your tongue and brain to stay in sync.
Oh, totally. I also recommend learners focus on word stress. Like fo, tiu, rafi, vs, pho, to. Different stress can completely change the word, or even its meaning.
And when it comes to sentence stress, learning which words to emphasize makes you sound way more natural.
Right, English is a stress, timed language, so you usually emphasize content words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and glide over the smaller ones like a, e, n.
Here's a quick test. Say, I didn't say she stole the money. Now, stress a different word each time. Like, I didn't say she stole the money. Or, I didn't say she stole the money.
Ooh, yes, and the meaning changes depending on the stress. It's such a fun trick to play with.
Honestly, pronunciation isn't just about speaking, it's also about feeling the rhythm of English.
Beautifully put, Jacob. So to our audience listening, keep practicing, be playful, and don't aim for perfection. Aim for progress.
And most importantly, record yourself. That way, you can hear how you really sound and track your improvement over time.
So, Opu, would you like us to dive into more advanced pronunciation techniques? Or would you like us to wrap this episode up?
Awesome, let's dive even deeper then. Another technique I used was shadowing. Have you heard of it?
Oh yes, shadowing is a fantastic method. For anyone who doesn't know, it means listening to a native speaker and trying to repeat what they say at the same time. Almost like you're echoing them instantly.
Exactly. It really forces your mouth to get used to the native rhythm and intonation. I used to shadow TED Talks or YouTube videos with subtitles turned on.
Great tip, and I'd say for beginners, even just repeating a single sentence over and over can be powerful. Don't rush, just mimic the flow.
Also, recording yourself while shadowing helps. Compare your version with the native speaker. Where does your tone differ? Where do you pause differently?
And let's not forget about intonation, the rise and fall of your voice. For example, when we ask a yes/no question, our voice usually goes up at the end. Are you coming?
But for WH, questions like, what time is it? The intonation usually drops at the end. It's like invisible punctuation.
That's such a fun way to describe it. Invisible punctuation. Love that.
Thanks, and another quick drill: practice minimal pairs, like ship, vs, sheep, or bit, vs, beat. It helps fine-tune your vowel sounds.
Yes, because in English, a tiny change in sound can change the meaning completely.
I once told someone I was angry when I meant to say hungry. Totally different vibes.
Haha, that's hilarious and totally relatable for English learners.
Let's keep it rolling. Another thing that helped me was learning the IPA, the International Phonetic Alphabet. I know it sounds a bit technical, but once I got the basics, it made a huge difference.
Oh yes, the IPA can look confusing at first, but it really helps you understand the exact sound of a word. Like the word thought has that dollar sound, which is totally different from the in, though.
Right, I used to mix those up all the time. And looking at dictionary entries with IPA symbols made pronunciation so much clearer.
And now many online dictionaries even have audio buttons so you can hear the word and compare it to the IPA spelling. It's the best of both worlds, seeing and hearing.
For sure. I also recommend learners group words by sound. Like, gather all the words with the dollar sound: cat, bat, hat, and just drill them.
Yes, that repetition locks it in your brain and builds muscle memory for your tongue and lips.
You know what else I did? I joined a pronunciation challenge online. Every day we had to send in a short audio recording, and the group gave feedback. It was scary at first, but super helpful.
Wow, that's brave. But I bet it helped boost your confidence a lot.
Totally. And not just with pronunciation, also with speaking fluently under pressure.
Speaking of fluency, what do you think about linking sounds in English? Like how we say want to as wanna.
Oh yeah, that was a game changer. English speakers often blend words, and once you learn to do that, your speech sounds way more natural.
Exactly. And it also makes listening easier, because you know what to expect.
Let's dive into those advanced techniques. One thing that really took my pronunciation to the next level was understanding stress, timed rhythm in English.
Oh yes, that's a key concept. In stress, timed languages like English, we don't stress every syllable equally. Some words are strong and others are weak, like the heartbeat of a sentence.
Right, for example, in the sense, I'm going to the store, the important words are going and store. The rest gets kind of squished in, I'm going to the store.
And that rhythm affects both intonation and comprehension. If every word is stressed the same, it can sound robotic and confusing to native speakers.
I used to do that. I'd say, I am going to chi store, with all the same emphasis. But once I started using thought groups and stressing only the key words, it sounded way more natural.
Let's explain thought groups a little. These are chunks of speech that go together in meaning and sound. Like, ga. When I was a child, I loved to read. Every single day.
Each slash marks a small pause, right? That pause gives the listener time to process. It's like commas for your mouth.
That's a great way to put it. And each group has its own pitch pattern, too, usually going up, down, or staying flat, depending on the emotion or function.
And don't forget intonation, whether your pitch rises, falls, or stays level. Like, if I ask, you're coming? My voice goes up. But if I say, you're coming, it falls.
Intonation really affects meaning. Sometimes even more than the words themselves.
100%. I once said nice job with the wrong intonation and someone thought I was being sarcastic.
Oh no, that happens a lot. Intonation tells people if we're being sincere, surprised, bored, or even annoyed.
Let's go deeper. Intonation tied to emotions is a game changer in conversations. When I started acting out emotions while practicing sentences, my speech instantly became more natural.
That's such a powerful trick. Let's show a few examples. Like, take the simple sentence, I can't believe it. If you say it with excitement, I can't believe it. The pitch rises and your voice sounds bright. With disappointment, I can't believe it. A pitch drops. Voice gets softer and heavier. With sarcasm, oh wow. I can't believe it. C flat pitch, maybe a little I, roll energy.
Haha, that last one is way too familiar. And here's another cool thing: using contrastive stress to highlight one word changes the whole meaning. Watch. I didn't take his wallet. Maybe someone else did. Okay. I didn't take his wallet. Maybe I took someone else's. I didn't take his wallet. Maybe I borrowed it.
Brilliant example. English speakers do this all the time without realizing it. And for learners, it's not just what you say, it's what you emphasize.
I recommend recording yourself reading one sentence with different emotions. Then listen back. Does it match how it feels in English? That helped me a lot.
Oh, I love that advice. You could even try voice acting, pretend you're in a movie scene. Read a line like, don't leave me. And deliver it in sadness, fear, anger, and joy. Each version should sound totally different.
It's like you're training your ears and your mouth together. That's how you build what some call the muscle memory of natural speech.
And the best part, it makes speaking English fun. You're not just learning sounds, you're telling stories, feeling emotions, and connecting with people.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. I vote we do both eventually, but let's start with the interactive pronunciation emotion practice. It'll be a great warm up for our listeners.
Totally agree. Okay, everyone tuning in, here's your chance to practice with us. I'll say a sentence in a neutral tone, and Jacob will repeat it with a specific emotion. Then you try to copy him. Ready? Let's start simple, neutral. It's going to rain.
A cheerful, it's gonna rain. Try it with me, everyone. Smile a little while you say it. Feel how your voice naturally lifts. Now here's the same sentence essayed. It's gonna rain. Let your voice drop. Maybe add a sigh. Feel that. Let's do both versions again.
See how one sentence transforms into two totally different experiences. That's the beauty of emotional intonation. Let's try another, neutral. You're here.
Relieved. You're here. Take a breath before the sentence. Relax your voice. Angry, you're here. Shorter, sharper. Almost like you're pushing the words out. Your turn. Listeners, say it with relief. Now say it with anger. Notice how your tone and even facial expression change.
I hope everyone's having fun with this. Practicing like this daily, even 5 minutes, can skyrocket your confidence.
Definitely. And this kind of practice also trains your listening. You'll start noticing emotions in other people's speech. You'll catch sarcasm, joy, annoyance, things textbooks never really teach you.
Want to take this further, listeners? We can challenge you with a mini, see next episode, where you have to deliver lines with shifting emotions.